just a bit on a spur of the moment thing. After seeing all the spraying and so forth take place, and nature really changed. Probably like 100 others. I return once again to the valley, where in childhood I once loved to play, among the wild birds, trees, and flowers. All times I would tarry all day. I looked for the proud and mighty oak tree, but there was no proudness to see. Then along came a light breeze of summer, with a sad and low melody. Why do the birds stop their singing? Why do the trees all turn brown? Why do the wildflowers just budding bow their heads never more to be found? The banks were all covered with flowers around the old swimming hole, and the leaves would smile down at the ripples, and the ripples would laugh on the clouds. The ripples no more are laughing, the leaves smile no longer to see, and along came a light breeze of summer, with a sad and a low melody. Why do the birds stop their singing? Why do the trees all turn brown? Why do the wildflowers just budding bow their heads never more to be found? The birds there were many of color, as hour after hour they would sing. Wake up, you wild pretty flowers, wake up, for the hour is now spring. The birds no longer are singing, not one near about could I see. Then along came a light breeze of summer, with a sad and a low melody. Why do the birds stop their singing? Why do the trees all turn brown? Why do the wildflowers just bud, bow their heads never more to be found?
That's a good song. Now, see, that's the kind I like, because the words, you sit and listen to the words, not listen to the guitar, you know, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just that.
I did this, well, you get to think sometimes about really the changes that's taking place, and as far as the wildlife, the birds, and everything else.
Yeah.
And this is considered was it primarily because of the aerospray and the changing in the scene.
Yeah.
I think it would a great deal more careful. I would have been. But like I say, the buck today is more important than anything else. And it's for today and not for tomorrow. And doing so, they forget about maybe the generations to come, which is going to actually be generations.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So far, it's pretty slow.
You know, all this protest, now I haven't gone along with the way they've done it, but some of those protests young people have made have been justified.
It's very much so.
Yeah.
I can see why. I can see why a lot of young people they who are out on the road just get in the streets for no other reason than to really get away from depression.
Oh gosh, and not just. I see young adults. I haven't had them this year, but now we sell those topographical maps for South Missouri and North Arkansas, and 2 and 3 years ago. These weren't kids; these were young adults. I mean, there'd be the wife sitting out in the car with maybe 1 or 2 children. I'd say the middle to late 20s. And I don't know how many of them I had that had just pulled up stakes in Detroit or Chicago. Probably had a good job driving a nice car, clean looking, you know. The only thing is, they were, I know, disillusioned later because they'd been sold a bill of goods that they'd come down there and buy. Everything was a little place. They wanted a little farm with a little orchard and a little spring and all that. And I imagine one winter about did it because they didn't look to see what kind of water the place had on or what kind of structure or if it was close to a highway or anything or a good road, you know. And of course, some of the people dumped some pretty poor land on them too. I think that I'm sure a lot of them lasted one year, one winter was probably about all it took. And now we got a lot of these hippie kids. We've got quite. And I'm sure I might be down here, but I tell you we've got 2 or 3 commune areas up in there.
And we have good building here, but there's a funny thing about this kid. Outside of their if you really get down and seriously talk to most of them, they'll really open up and talk to you. They're pretty straight.
Yeah.
They're smart, very smart kids.
Yeah.
And
they're not all on narcotics either. They're not all on narcotics at all.
This is not true.
No.
A great percent of them are very hard against this.
Yeah.
And they will let you know real quick. So,
they don't want to get caught in the trap in the cities and everything.
And this is the thing that they're trying to get away from, and this is the reason a lot of them are owning it is because there's circumstances of what they are. But I talked to a great deal, and it's amazing to see how much they really appreciate thank you and what it's really all about. And
they're really trying to learn.
They want to get out and be a part of it. Yeah. And they really love it. I mean, more they go to the extremes. But they do so because they don't know any better. I mean, they don't know an easier way of doing it, which they could get by a lot easier than they do, but they pick it up. Naturally, they have a hard way to go because people are, well, they kind of shy away from it.
They don't get much help.
But I found, I've got acquainted with hundreds of them and been around and talked with them. And basically, they're all real good people. The only difference I've found reading them, their moral standards are not what society usually says is okay. The only difference I've told people is with their moral standards concerned, they don't hide theirs in the society does. That's the only difference.
You can tell most of these that when you get close to them, if they're clean. Now I still kind of go by that. I figure hygiene. In other words, if they're clean, they may look dirty until you get close to them, but they take a bath every once in a while, and they comb that hair once in a while, and they don't wear clothes. Now I'll have some come in that are just, I can smell them before they get there, and then I'm always suspicious of those kind anyway. I think you can go just a little too far on this back to nature stuff, you know.
You can do this with individual people. Individual people living in the area. Sure. I can take you around here and show you people who have lived here and their families for years and years. And it's the very same thing. You can smell the people before you can see them come. That's right. And it's not only there's a majority. I guess in any race or any locality. There's a few like this, and actually in what we call a hippie crowd. Now it's very misleading. People here, they refer to anyone with a long hair, mustache, or any type of beard as a hippie. And this is not really true.
No, I did it first, but I know better now. I've been around too many of these young ones.
And I caution other people in doing so. A person is entitled to best and do as he pleases. And if he has a ragged pair of breeches on, that's what I wore when I was a kid. They were extremely ragged. I might not have my hair was fairly long too at times. I didn't have a beard. I wasn't old enough to have it, but we roughed it. And the only thing that was wrong with my clothes back then, they were usually hand-me-downs, and they were very, they were misfits. So I didn't fill them out.
Say, back to something I didn't get back on. You interested me there. You think you're gonna get ginseng? You're gonna, in other words, more or less domesticated, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you ever grown it before?
I have never tried to grow it commercially and sell it. I'm not going to cultivate it. I'm making beds, preparing the land for it, and putting it out, do it.
Let nature do the rest of it.
Yeah,
You're just going to
have nature do that. I am telling you, I bought 2 gardens that are good. And
the rocks and everything.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
In fact, I told the other day, we trade off an area and put 20,000 seed in. I just got those in yesterday, by the way, the last 10,000.
You're not going out and doing your own seed?
No. I ordered new seed from all out. And got I got 40,000 for myself, 40,000 for them, which he hasn't tried.
What's it going for a pound now in St. Louis? Is that where you sell it up St. Louis?
Well, whichever market you
Yeah.
there's quite a few different places to buy. But usually in a while, I'll always put my own St. Louis, but there's a Norris company that's a little better. And this guy, he sent his out sparingly last year, and didn't send it out all in his name, and he told members of the family to me. And a few times at a time, he got 15 pounds, and about $54 a pound, a little over $800 for 15 pounds, 13 pounds. And he told me he had about so many little things down, but he started about 5 or 6 days. I intended to about 6 days, well, I think it was. In fact, another place I leased out there, well, but 20,000 seed. I almost had it 10 years ago, and I didn't used to stick them up in wood.
Yeah.
And scatter them in some other area and go, and now I've got time to practice them.
Yeah.
That somebody years from now will come through the same area, it's not sprayed and plugged and killed out. Maybe they'll go out, wild plants and
come on to a big bed of them.
Plants get patted, and they would gradually spread over an area.
I thought of you and Epps here a few weeks ago. Do you remember Elmo Ingenthron? Did you meet him? He had his trailer at Epps' house. Yes, I know you met him. He's written quite a bit. He was going to come down this year, and he had some speaking engagements. He has an aunt who lives out on Bear Creek, which is north of Forsyth. It flows into Lake Taneycomo. And she's 86 now, and she's the last grandmother that lived in that part of the country. But what I want to tell you that is she still makes her own poultices, and still every spring gets out, gets all her greens and everything. And we're going down there in a few weeks, and I'm going to go out with her when she picks her greens, and she's going to have a wild dinner, But anyway, what I was getting around, what made me think of you two? Because I missed you. I said, "Would you ever find any ginseng around?" "Oh, yeah." She said, "I got a big batch of it." She said, "Oh, Uncle so-and-so used to take it, but she said it hasn't been taken for 2 or 3 years." She said, "I know, it's taken." I said, "Well, this year, if I get down there, I'd have to tell you." I see you come up there sometime and take it. But you mentioned, I told you when we were talking last year, I said, "Well, I never heard much about it." But since then, now I started asking. A lot of people get it up there in the Ozarks, in Missouri. Yeah, see, I just never happened to hit it like that.
See, Elps and it was kind of thin. Well, there was a lot of people, but they weren't covered in the private front. People were not covered in areas like we normally did. And Elps and I started digging. We put in 6 days in one holiday. And we really liked that too. But it was funny. I know he and I both went back to the same area. When we first got digging, and we'd gone into the town with people. Came back and dug, and they dug it down the river this time.
Yeah.
They dig in the spring. And it's not for transplanting, for their own purposes, for market value.
Yeah.
And they don't give it time really. When it comes up, the 3rd year, ginseng will make seed. And it takes say ginseng produces seed this year. It'll fall to the ground. Well, it'll lay there all through the winter, and it will not come up next spring. But the next spring, it will come.
Yeah.
And then the next spring, it will be seen.
Nature's pretty sharp.
It takes 22 months to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guys went out in the spring and they dig it, and this was from lack of knowledge of knowing the plant. They dig it.
They dig it for the market,
Next
strictly,
season.
yeah.
And it's a plant that it's coming up to next season, and it's large enough to dig. It's a 3 or 4 year old. Okay, they dig this, and it doesn't reproduce. And they do this about 3 years in a row, and they've dug it down to where there was nothing else. And so that if they hunt it in that area for 6 years straight, and look this area close, and they've completely depleted the reproduction of the ginseng itself. And it's kind of strange. It makes you feel kind of funny to go in an area where there's not been anyone at all. Well, last year I was out, and for some reason I squirrel hunt back there how I used to do it. I think I hadn't found a squirrel. It was up way up in midday, and I was looking for fox squirrels. I always prefer squirrel hunting. I prefer a fox squirrel to a gray squirrel.
You have a lot of them still around here? They're really scarce up there.
Fox squirrels?
Yeah.
They're still quite a few good.
Well, the lakeland, see, that's one thing. That's where I used to see it.
Especially looking for those, see that they stir, fox squirrels have tendency to stir in midday, well, during the day. Gray squirrels are more late in the afternoon and early morning.
Early morning, yeah.
And so I thought, well, I'd get out and get some fox squirrels up in the afternoon and late in the evening, pick up some gray. Well, I got a shotgun. Of course, we'll take a squirrel like nobody else. We like to do all that time. I got out and got looking at the hillside, running squirrels out. I'm looking for and I started looking. I started looking at them, stopped to do things. I thought, well, heck, I might not have to read up anymore. I might as well do this. Fall, I got to go. Good feet on. Nice and good. I got on, took the pocket out, took my bed, so dogwood. So we hired and crowd trees, and I started doing good things. I started looking, and I lost it. My gun. Once, I got to dig in and hunt away from it, and I had it hunted up. But I done ginseng all that afternoon with a stick. Sticky with a stick. Because, man, that I had to work the area, I wanted to work the area out. And I did. Now I think I worked up to a lot of young stuff come on. Someone just got 3 years and failed.
Left alone, yeah.
In the area. And it's known, this is a funny thing, if you get a chance, there's a book, I have two. I have one borrowed and I have one alone. And the one I have borrowed, I'm reading, but I've been reading. And the one I have loaned out, so, and it's the book of ginseng. It's read back a small book.
I've seen it listed.
This is one of the best books on ginseng I've ever seen. And it's strictly, a lot of people have different beliefs on what people use for it. According to the book, it's strictly a health medicine. I think it's stating that in scientific proven they have to do reproduce cells. It's cell I read in one place in English said some guy, I think he was China. The animals use it more than people really, but people in the States are using it quite well.
Yeah.
Especially in the health food stores.
Yeah.
And they kept records, he kept records. He lived to be 262. And some guy in California, 80 some odd years old, and he jogs 10 miles a day. And he used to
They always found out a lot of things that we always thought were wives' tales and everything. Now science finds out a lot of those things.
Yeah.
But because of
I heard a guy that was great, and I heard him comment quite a few times. We were talking about potential his dad gave him away. I think he had about 4 kids. And his mother died, and he took care of the kids, and he just gave him a couple to give him a home. And he gave him a couple and they raised him, and they'd always
Yeah.
Most of your medicine comes from some of the plants. And I think if there's for plants in general, I think you could find a lot of cures for any other ailments such as cancer. I know this part for 2 years ago, those disease, but they thought missing blueberry had something to do with other possible cures. One of the something to do with cancer. And but it was from some place in Oklahoma, I think, they were doing a study on it. And I was
they got up on all these scientific, these synthetic drugs, they've gotten chemically and they've overlooked. They're coming back more to the natural. Sure.
Well, I know now quite a few people for earache, and this guy in town, I guess he broke my heart. He broke validation. I get help. And he used to tell me about after the bar and so forth. He said, if you ever have earache, you heard the old thing about the best blood test. One drop's blood, it's no all, combination of all and blood. Check your blood and you put it in fire and stop it again and stop it. This has been known to work 2 times. But here, up to the years, I've been trying to get people and he was one to stop. He said, if you had an earache, you wanted to stop it, you go out because the sentence sprout, put one in the fire, up and blaze, and put a little hanger under the again. That's when it shouts all out, takes a shout, puts the big rock, and then you stop. Well, it's very strange. I mean, and now this works for people. A friend of mine, Arne Smith, this is what he does to his wife anytime she's back to earache. And she swears it tears.
Well,
so
she knows.
She should know it, too. Yeah. I mean, and so Miller, he tells her the same thing. And those are people that have great confidence in what they say. And they actually practice what they preach. So then you can't go against that.
My wife's grandparents, back in the big influenza epidemic they had back in 1918 or 1919, just went through the Ozarks, really killed a lot of people. And he was telling me that he was about the only one that didn't get down. And they had an army doctor that came into that area over there around Cleveland, Missouri. And he asked me, he said, I can take care of my own home, my neighbors. He said, I can't afford to get sick. He said, what can I do? And he said, all right. He said, do what you do and you'll never have the influenza or the colds or anything like that. Every morning when you first get up and every night before you go to bed, you touch your tongue to turpentine. They're 86 years old, and they do that, and it's seldom I've ever seen them sick.
They made us do this when we were growing up.
All right, and so, of course, this, a lot of people, oh, that's an old wives' tale again and everything, but I asked a doctor friend, I said, what about science? He said, the farther we come along in science, the more we find out there is. He said, turpentine is kind of an anesthetic in a way. And he said, of course, you're just using an anesthetic, really, more or less, and it's a germ killer. And he said, it probably has helped. And he said, there's drugs they have now that are stronger, and it would probably do a little better, but he said it still helped.
I see what I've seen in the local doctor. I did that back. And something, I think we saw that two doctors, they were 2 weeks. And this is different. And he hadn't been strong enough to have a doctor, and he was 70. And he asked for a lot of cancer. I know, after the years, there was cancer always. Most any time we felt like it was wrong. You'll get cancer and run it up on your nose a couple of times and burn teeth and stop. Unless it's extremely bad. I mean,
unless you're really,
and at least it doesn't hurt you. And then for him to tell me something like this, it's really strange. He he'd also been bombed for a long time. I was sitting down with him and looking at him, and he had a little teeny white birthday about the size of a matchstick in the middle of the field. He said, you know, he said something about it. He had his little recorder. He put down the notes along with the notes, and he said, no, he said, I don't understand that. And I said, well, the way he's bombing, I said, I suppose it's called acid stomach. Yeah. And when he spits, or the acid comes down, and this acid would burn a blister, would make a blister there. And darn it, if I didn't stand up there and listen to him record the very thing that I told him, and only him being him big. He records it. So, but I mean, which is kind of...
Well, they don't know, you know.
Kind of far out. Yeah. Hear something like this repeated, but there was one thing happened. I was going to stop working. This guy here, big guy, my old country boy. That's good. He said, there's a spot come through. I feel stolen underneath the house, and all this burning, this aggravate the heck out of me. And he said, and I thought I always had that on the free list because it's not done. Of course, I was trying to do this, aggravate the heck out of me. And so I got some scaffold for me, and everyone was telling me what to use, and all the things to use I couldn't use. It was never good. And so I went back to the machine, went to work, and he came by alone. He walked up, and he walked up behind him. First I thought it was a plane. And he walked up and said, I'll tell you what, I said, if you want to stop that fever business and hurt me, he said, I can tell you how to stop it. He said, you have to with you. And I thought, yep. And they're setting me up, you know. Yeah. He got there, some guys watching, but he came up and he was talking, and he was real close to me. I thought, since he was so serious and nobody else looking on, and maybe it was for real. And he said, just scratch around you. And I told him, I said, you tell me, I'll try anything to go trying to stop it from hurting. And he said, well, just scratch around your ears and get some earwax. And he said, be careful. He said, whether on the
where it's starting to come through.
Yeah. Trying to come through. And he said, in 5 minutes, he said, it won't be hurting any at all. He said, it'll be gone. He said, in fact, in tomorrow, I said, there'll be a little teeny scab there. And that's all it'll be. He said, it won't hurt you anymore. So I watched around for a while and said, well, there's nobody looking, so I started scratching around for earwax, and I finally got some, and I put it on him. And I was standing out there with the clock in front of me and working, and I kept watching the clock, and it was 8 minutes long, but about 5 minutes I thought it might be getting a little better, but it was still hurting. Yeah. But about 8 or 10 minutes, it had quit hurting. And I thought, well, if a little does that much good, a lot would do more. So I dug in, and I scratched around and got a little more earwax, and I put it, and it was long, that was about 10. And along about 2:30 or something like that, it became feverish just a little bit again, it began to hurt me a little bit. So I scratched around, I got some more earwax, and laid it to it again. I didn't care, I mean, as long as I kept that hurting, I thought he used about anything.
Oh, yeah.
And so I let this go, and it never bothered me anymore. In the afternoon, and I next morning got up, and it was just a very teeny scab with the earwax. And I kept waiting, and then about 3 or 4 months ago, I had another one coming through, and I had to take a lot of trouble finding the earwax, but I finally got a little one done. And after 3 or 4 tries, I think I probably got out to do some good, but it didn't have the effect that it did the first time.
But it did help the first time.
But it did help. It definitely helped the first time. It took. He said he told me it would stop in 5 minutes. It took about 10 minutes. It completely hurt. Now this is very strange, and like I say, I've only had one since then, and that's been 2 years. And he talked like I never have one again. That's unusual. Yeah. But I did have another one, and I used a little on it.
It doesn't pay to ever make fun of all these things.
No,
I'll tell you, when you hear it from somebody like that, it's come to them from somebody. There's experience behind it. In other words, it isn't just somewhere it's worked, and it's worked more than once, so they wouldn't keep doing it generation to generation. That's right. That's right.
But there's a lot of things. A lot of people.
Oh well.
frame of mind, or
that could be partially, but you know,
well,
some of these things could be. Some of them, they got
a
kind
person
of.
who's got a seed of belief, and so
Yeah.
I don't believe
Yeah.
put yourself in a state of mind. If you say something don't hurt, and it don't hurt. If anything hurts me, it hurts me.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I know the difference. And this wasn't the case with your life.
Oh, no, you got fear blister. You're not going to wish that away. That's right.
You can't say it don't hurt, and it won't hurt. But the thing that surprised me, I give him credit for one thing. Well, he was partly wrong. At least it didn't stop in 5 minutes. It took at least 10. But it did stop.
Yeah, well, it stopped it. Yes.
But it's funny. Yeah, they used. A true one may seldom be found. They'll use a man for his money. When gone, they'll turn him down. Well, they're all alike at the bottom, selfish and grasping for all. They'll use a man while he's winning and laugh in his face at his foe. My pal was an honest young puncher, honest, upright, and true, till he came to a hard-shooting gunman on account of a girl named Lou. They fell in with evil companions, the kind that are better off dead. When a gambler insulted her picture, he filled him full of lead. Well, all day and all night they trailed him through Mesquite and thick chaparral, and I couldn't help but think of that woman when I saw him pitch and fall. If she had been the pal that she should have, they might have been raising a son, instead of out there on the prairie to die by ranger's gun. Well, this sharp sting did not trouble his chances for life were too slim. Where they were putting his body was all that worried him. He lifted his head on his elbow, the blood from his wounds flowed red. He looked at his pals grouped about him, and he whispered to them and said, "Oh, bury me out on the prairie, where the coyotes can howl on my grave. Bury me out on the prairie, from them my bones please save. Wrap me up in my blanket, bury me deep in the ground, cover me over with boulders of granite gray and round." They buried him out on the prairie, where the coyotes could howl o'er his grave. They buried him out on the prairie, from them his bones to save. And now many young puncher, as he rides past that pile of stone, recalls some similar woman as he thinks of his moldering bones.
How many songs do you figure you probably never get? How many you know? How many songs?
No, I tell you what I do. I'll learn it. I'll learn the song, and something will happen. There's a funny thing about songs. There's too many songs alike.
Yeah.
I mean, too many songs have the same tune, and after a period of years, you'll combine it. 2 or 3 songs that are full of life, and you'll sort of get confused on them. And really, if you don't really stay up on them, you'll forget the song completely, because one confuses you by the words and lines to one.
You'll change the melody on the thing, the tune too. I do that.
You'll change the tune for everyone, unless you sit down and really listen to both, so you learn word for word and the technique, the changes and all. A person who plays for himself will play for it, play for himself, and he plays it where it sounds good to him, and not to someone else. And this is the way I play. I may not do it like
sound good.
I may not do it like someone else, and I very seldom ever copy anyone else. This I never try to do. If I hear something I like, and I go on there and do it, I won't do it. But I won't sit down and copy note to note anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, I've never went back to it. Well, I guess one reason I doubt if I could, if I tried. And since I don't read music, then I get
I go up and down. It's natural to use, so it's natural to use, so you know. Did you ever play one of these with one of these?
I used to play a big one, a double reed.
Yeah, well, shoot, you've done that one.
But those are hard. Those are
well, I don't really. I'm just like I said. It's fun, you know, and like I said, it don't sound like anything, but it's a lot of fun to do. And I'm my own best artist. That's like give you.
You don't use one there somewhere?
Which one?
Just one you don't use somewhere.
Well, yeah. Here's a G or. Now, I'm not worried about catching anything. You can use whichever one you want. Here's a G. See, I don't even know how to. I wish that's it. I need somebody to show me a once in a while that I can learn. Now, one of those that's G.
That's the waltz I learned on a double reed, and so I don't play one. But that's the first time I tried in 3 or 4 years. But it's funny. Can't do it. But anyway, that's a start, and I would like to take one. I like to take one and sit down and kind of fool with them.
Well, that's what I do in the basement. See, I'll sit down there. I'm my own audience, so it's the only trouble.
A double reed, you don't have to cover near as much ground as you do with one of those, and you pick out you pick out single notes on double reed. You get more. Of course, ours was about. The one I used to play was, it had double reeds on both sides, and it was about 8 inches long. About how long.
I'm no singer now. This is just to show you what it is. I get going. It's actually sir, so let's see. I forgot.
Tell the morning
paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. That was one. Everybody knows that I'm a new boy. naked on the street. I've got no hat upon my head, no shoes upon my feet. Sounds better in the basement. Let's see. Now, how do we go now? Let's see. Never mind, sir, how I look. Let's see. Never mind, sir, how I look. I do a lot better by myself in the basement.
You always do better. Anytime you do by yourself, you do 10 times better than you do it by yourself. When you're out. Well, I tell you what you do, you're in the strength. And I don't know why this bothers anyone. It bothers me worse than it bothers anyone.
I don't know, sir, with you, though, see. You do it all the time. See, I never play Lord.
Yeah, but you don't know how much you strain on me when I'm doing it.
I usually
I give anything if I can walk out and be comfortable. I think you can. Because you do so much better when you're at ease. It makes it easier for you. It's extremely hard for you if you're not comfortable when you do it.
But now, see, I can't get any of that treble when I'm playing without your hand. Well, I can't do it anyway, but I know some of these guys can do that, and yet they make that thing sound a lot different than I do. Maybe it's a different type of guitar. I mean, harmonica.
No, you do that with a tongue.
Wait a minute. Get your breathing out, don't you? You really gotta get a rhythm when you're breathing.
You gotta be long-winded to play one of those things.
Work up to it.
But they're hard. And you can play one of them all though. And it works out real good.
Yeah, well,
play something harmonica like the old Joe Clark or some of your
I don't know how to play these.
Oh, just anything you can think of.
I can't play it. Really? You go ahead and play. You sing something, and I'll back you up again. Let's see. What
You
do we
play
do?
it now.
We and D.
I'll get your.
No, I can't play. You go ahead and you sing one, and then I'll do like we did on that other one there. That's about all I can do is come back. Because I don't play it that much. So. I don't have an A.
Come here, Sal, come here quick. Come here, Sal, come here quick. This groundhog hole is more country. Groundhog. You play it?
Go ahead. No, I can't play this.
Yonder comes Sal, yonder comes Sal with his nigger. Yonder comes Sal with his nigger in the grin. Yonder comes Sal with his nigger in the grin. Groundhog grease dripping off her chin. groundhog, groundhog. Yonder comes the preacher and the children are crying. Yonder comes the preacher and the children are crying. They like groundhog stood upright. Groundhog. Little piece of groundhog laying on the shelf. Little piece of groundhog laying on the shelf. Won't anymore, you can sing it yourself. Groundhog.
I don't do that. It's kind of west of it, I do it. When we're out somewhere. Oh, picking that, getting off on those side keys, you mean those, or picking like that, which one?
Or just the song.
Oh, yeah, well,
I have a certain category of stay with. He does too, but
where will you be, say, Saturday night, or you won't ever, sometime I need to come down here. I'd like to, when you're going to be at your house with your family, it'd be the time I'd like to
take a film. Saturday night on.
Really roaming there.
Yeah, see what's going on now.
Sometime I'd like to come down here and bring my wife. Now, I'm going in to get her at Harrison tomorrow night.
Oh, we try to get somewhere and get a whole lot of it. We'll get down.
I like for her to Jersey, but sometime when I come. Now, another thing too, I like to, when this festival is going there, just when it's a normal weekend, sometimes some of these people you were talking about, I like to be around up and get to
down to the forum. This is good. We play more of them, I'll get some more. They should be back by they'll be back by next. I think his last show is sometime, he appeared Sunday, and they'll leave after that. They'll probably been on Saturday week. So he's back in. We usually have questions.
You know, really, I really love to just sit down and play and everything, but I wish I'd need to get out and play around speaking.
You got a seat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what this is right here.
There's a pretty spot in Ireland that I'll always claim for my land, where the fairies and the blarney will never, never die. Is a land of old shillelagh, and my heart goes back there daily. Here's a girl I left behind me when we kissed and said goodbye. Where the dear old Shannon's flowing, where the three-leaf shamrock's growing, where my heart is, I'm going to that dear old darling shore. There I'll settle down forever, and I'll leave the old thought never, for there's not a cottage sweeter where the river Shannon flows. So no letter I'll be mailing, for it's soon I will be sailing, and I'll bless the ship that takes me to my little Irish road. And the moment that I meet her, with a hug and kiss I'll greet her, and I'll whisper to my sweetheart, come and take my name as yours. Come and take my name as yours. I always like this song.
That's a pretty song. Well, you can more or less chord with these things, can't you?
Yeah.
See, I never played on anybody. I mean, if I had one, if I knew the songs and had a chance to try a couple of times, I think it wouldn't sound quite so bad.
You know the
Melody, yeah.
you know the melody. Oh, I did one. You don't have an 80.
Go ahead, but sing it anyway.
I thought maybe you, I heard the. Remember he was playing the Clay copy. We played it a lot. I think you will have to relate to it.
Who's this?
Clay.
Oh.
He liked it.
Yeah, go ahead and sing it.
I thought it might help him get an E on it.
I got G, D, and C. I don't know if we got a D at home.
How do you see? Near the cottage in the twilight stood a soldier and a maid. Solemn words were being spoken for his country day. Down her cheek the teardrops flowing, tearfully she bids him stay. Sad but firmly comes an answer, Maggie dear, I'm called away. Goodbye Maggie, goodbye darling, though I'll think of you each day. It's decreed that I must leave you, Maggie dear, I'm called away. Next the sound of mortal footsteps leaning by her cottage door, and the soldier smiling bravely leaves her room, she'll see no more. See him wave his hand at parting, hear him sigh and softly say, dry your tears, my little darling, Maggie dear, I'm called away. Goodbye Maggie, goodbye darling, though I'll think of you each day. It's decreed that I must leave you, Maggie dear, I'm called away. There has been a fearful conflict, victory has been nobly won, and a youthful soldier dying, dear his life has well begun. Comrades, he is feebly saying, I shall never live till day. If you are spared to see my darling, tell her I was called away. Goodbye Maggie, goodbye darling, though I'll think of you each day. It decreed that I must leave Maggie dear and call away. That's a kind of oldie.
What's the one I've heard just like that? Let's see. When the roses bloom and... Hey, you know that one? They were strolling by the river when the roses bloomed. Soldier boy and his sweetheart tried and true, or try. I've heard it two ways. Tried and true and right and gay. That was it. One evidently one was from one side and one the other because it has him in his. When the one that says true, it rhymes within his uniform of blue, and the other one about gay rhymes with his uniform of gray.
Oh, it's either rebel or Yankee.
Well, I mean, they switched it around, in later years. This one was written after the war. And the Robins sing again. I guess that's what it is. So when the roses are in bloom, that's the name of it. I've heard that one.
I suppose, for some reason, I kind of always preferred sad songs. I don't know why.
Those are the oldest. They're the oldest.
Yeah.
Sad songs are the oldest.
Really, most of the sad songs that have great feeling was normally, I think, written about true happy.
Yeah.
There's more.
All songs are based on.
Yeah.
One way experience, one or another. Sure, a lot of songs are.
Even the happy, but for some reason, I always got more good out of it. Better too. See if I can get through this. I guess you probably get this song.
Wow. Well, I love him. Pick like that.
Yeah. Far across the rolling prairie, where the noble forest rises, lives the sweetest little maiden ever seen by mortal eyes. She whose smile was like a snowdrift, daughter of an honored chief, came to bless her home in autumn, and they called her falling from the deep and tangled forest, all alone one summer's day, came a hunter worn and weary, and into her hut did stray. Weeks went by and still he lingered, gentle falling neath his side, till one day she sweetly promised to become his woodland bride. One by day the hunter drifted o'er the prairie waste alone. Long she waited for his coming, but his fate was never known. With the summer bloom she faded, with the autumn bloom she died, and they closed her eyes in slumber beneath the beautiful riverside. I missed that, didn't I? No. Falling leaves, the breezes whisper of the lonely spirit's flight, and from out in the lonely wigwam comes a wave of woe each night. Far above the stars in heaven dwells a maiden's holy light. I left the verse out somewhere. Oh well.
That doesn't make it great.
Oh, I like that.
Well, I tell you, finger picking is, I like it so much better than I do
With a pick?
with a pick. Yeah, I do.
Oh, no. I first learned to pick guitar when I was a kid.
That's it. I could never be any better because I'm left-handed. I should learn to play this way. I can't get these fingers going fast enough.
Dad taught me to make a run like just pick a chord run to learn to follow. And he would sit out in the afternoon after work. I'm all about, in the pod there.
Yeah.
Pick a lot, or you play the fiddle a lot. I learned
Second to bow. Now there's one old boy plays up there on the square. He's here every year. His name's Red Swain. He's got red written on his guitar. Up in Indiana, I thought he was from around here. There's a Swain, Arkansas over here. I thought that's where he was from. He's from Indiana. Comes down here every year. Oh, you ought to hear him walk up and down those scales. He's good. I love it here. I'd give anything if I knew how to do that.
We got a boy, Jim Walker here. He plays he plays rock. Just before the battle,
That's really good.
I was thinking most of you.
Some more.
While across the field watching with the enemy. There's another one that goes, go to sleep, you weary old boy.
Same melody.
And this is what I say, tunes like that are, to me, are very confusing because there's another one, one is called The False-Hearted Lover, one Where the Bullets Fly, and gosh, I don't know how many names, I think possibly The Trail to Mexico, and I know one, Beast Down the High Farming, that's what I usually, it was, I tried to make, it was early in the spring. I was pressed on board to serve my king, and a darling girl I left behind. She was the girl who brought my time, and when I held her in my arms, I thought I'd seen 10,000 charms, with a smile so bright and a kiss so sweet. She promised we'd marry next time to me. took a kind opportunity. I wrote a letter to my dear, but nothing comforted my dear. Oh, Mary dear, I love you well, and love you more than words can tell. But I'd rather be where the bullets fly than to be with the girl who would tell me lies. I either stay on sea or shore. I go out there where the cannons roar. I cut my way where the bullets fly, and I love the girl who tells me lies. Tell the Mexico is the same thing. There's quite a few of those. Wow. You get around fast. That you learn one song and you hear another one or two, or you get kind of confused with it.
You're picking down, aren't you?
I'm coming up.
I mean, up with your, yeah, you're hitting your bass chord, but I mean, when you're coming, the way you were picking that,
That's
you're
a proper way, but
you were coming down. You're using this finger too, aren't you?
3.
You're using 3, that's what I thought. Yeah, there. See, when I pick that way, I pick up, or down, in other words, I pick. That's what I like. That's 3 fingers, isn't it?
This is Dad always sung.
That's good old front porch picking, that is. That's good old basic picking, that really is.
This is the way, but
That's the way they used to, that oom-papa, that's what that is.
you use 3 fingers, one for each
Yeah.
string. It's very easy. It's
Yeah.
also, after you get used to placing your string, fingers, I don't care.
Yeah.
But,
Now, see here, I see, now you see what I do different. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I'm doing.
what guitarists do.
Well, I know, but I like it that way. That's, and I know that I can.
But it's different.
Yeah, see, I'm going like that. I'd have to train my fingers to go back. I'm going backwards to you.
Yeah. Sort of. But not really all that much.
I wish I could train myself to do it.
Move your finger for each string. Just pick, you pedal. Use 3 fingers. 3 fingers on your first 3 strings. Use your first finger on your third. Just pick all 3 of them up at the same time. You hit your bass. No, hit your bass, then up. Hit your bass.
I see. You're coming down, though.
No, up. Give you a lift.
Yeah, that's what I
First thing to do is start like, you do it like this.
Yeah, okay.
See, but...
Well, you're hitting... Yeah, but you're using all three of these fingers then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can only use 3 fingers, period, counting my bass. I never have learned.
Oh, yeah, but you can use that one. It's the easiest one to use.
I never have learned to use that one. See, I said I'm backwards. I'm left-handed. Now, that's why you were getting that extra string in on me. You kept saying 3 fingers. You meant these 3, not counting the thumb. You didn't count the thumb. That's what I thought. Yeah. Well, I'll have to train myself to do that then. See, I got me. You're never too old to learn anything. Something new to try.
Teach you with those 3 fingers.
Yeah, see, nobody's ever taught me anything. I have to watch them on TV occasionally, and that's about all. I got a new set of strings put on there.
If I'm going to pick something else, C position like you were picking, it's altogether different. I mean,
yeah, see, I pick that different than you do.
so I use this
See, you're just using 2. All right, now I use 3 on that, I think. Let's see how I would do it. Well, of course, you can figure better than I can. I'm missing one.
That's the way I'd like to pick, like we do in the second part. See, I can't pick like that.
I can't either. It's taken me years just to learn little songs like that.
Yeah, but I can't pick that.
But now you've got that 3. Well, I'd have to really do some learning to get that finger going then.
That's the important thing to get your fingers to work down there. Getting your fingers.
Well, rhythm with your bass and also getting the rhythm with your bass. Now that really has
your fingers got to take time to get down there. They come into focus. You got your hand it's resting here, and they automatically fall.
Another old ballad here, one where I love to hear that. What's some of the ones what's one of the first ones you remember learning when you were a youngster?
Oh gosh, it'd be hard to tell.
Where'd you learn most of them, from your dad?
Most of them in the family.
Yeah.
Either dad, uncles, sisters, or something. I had an older sister the same. Then, I know. That's red and the green, that's right. guess I'm not a Yankee, I guess that's what I do. That's what Dad did a lot. Was on one autumn evening, an old man bent with age landed in the village from off the dusty stage. Is this the express office? I've come to meet my son. They told me that the train was due at this place 1:30. You've made a slight mistake, sir. I'd like for you to know. This is the express office and not the town depot. You do not understand me, sir. With trembling lips he said, he's not coming as a passenger, sir, but he's coming to me dead. Because that's so long, I won't go, but that was what he did. When I met my little darling Daisy down by the garden wall, I was walking beneath a tree so shady, going for a twilight stroll. She was sleeping on a bed of roses, dreaming of the by and by, and the little birds around her singing up among the branches high. She's my darling Daisy, her smile will set you crazy. We love to sit among the daisies, walk among the daisies, down by the garden wall. Is there I love to meet my Daisy when I take a twilight stroll. If I love to sing and dance with Daisy down by the garden wall, for she moves about so light and airy, you'll never hear a footstep fall. If you want to see a dark-eyed beauty, bright as the stars that shine, you may come along with me some evening and see that pretty girl of mine. Which is one he did a lot.
How about, did you ever sing Tramp on the Highway? That's an old one I used to hear.
Tramp on the Street?
Tramp on the Street, I guess that was it. Oh, no, that didn't hit that. No, this was a different one.
Okay,
I know that,
that's,
yeah, that's, but I can't remember now. Tramp on the Railroad or something like that.
May I sleep in your barn tonight, mister? It is cold lying out on the ground, and the cold north wind is whistling, and I have no place to lie down. I have no tobacco matches, and I'm sure I will do you no harm. I will tell you my story, kind mister, for it runs through my heart like a storm. It was 3 years ago last summer, I shall never forget that sad day when a stranger came out from the city, and he said that he wanted to stay. My wife said she'd like to be earning something to add to our home, and it was finally decided that the stranger would stay in our home. One evening as I came from my workshop, I was whistling and singing with joy, expecting a kind-hearted welcome from my sweet, loving wife and my boy. But what should I find but a letter left in the room on the stand? And the moment my eyes fell upon it, I picked it right up with my hand. It said that my wife and the stranger had ran away and taken my son, and only the Lord up in heaven knows what that stranger has done.
It's been years since I heard it. I had a friend.
Well, I went to the house and I knocked on the door, and the lady said, "Bum bum, you've been here before. Hallelujah, I'm a bum. Hallelujah, bum again. Hallelujah, give a hand out to me, bum." Oh, why don't you work? It's not that one.
Well, I don't even remember that.
Oh, I'll do one. This is another crooked song. Ken Horton did. You ever sing up there?
Yeah.
Instead of tune to Rosalie Bow or those kind of leads. I kind of like it. She did this for me, so. My people all came here before me. My sons will be here when I'm through. We've hunted these hillsides and hollers, and we've taken nothing from you. Now there's locks on the gates and there's signs on the trees. Stay away, keep out, no trespassing, please. Doesn't matter to you that I came here before, 'cause you're telling me now don't come back anymore. I could teach you, I could name you the flowers and the songbirds. I could teach you to plant by the side, but I can't cross over your fences, and I can't step over your line. Now there's locks on the gates and there's signs on the trees. Stay away, keep out, no trespassing, please. Doesn't matter to you that I came here before, 'cause you're telling me now don't come back anymore. You tell me it's bad to be bitter, and maybe that's very well true. But I see it all slipping away now, and I know there's not a thing I can do. For there's locks on the gates and there's signs on the trees. Stay away, keep out, no trespassing please. Doesn't matter to you that I came here before. Oh, you're telling me now, don't come back anymore. I like that.
That's what we were
That
talking
does
about.
it.
That does.
That really does it.
that
We were
really
talking
does.
about this.
Yeah.
Just
that's
give
right.
her the idea. She's pretty sharp. She did a lot of, quite a few real good songs.
Now, which one was she? The
She was
good-looking
a dark-
brunette that her husband came in just for a
Yeah,
little while?
she sang Western stuff. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got a real pretty voice.
Yeah, well,
I
she
think
sang that. She sang one there at the table. I don't remember if it was this one, but she sang. No, it wasn't this
Don't
one.
tell
You two
me.
sang one together. Yeah, I remember what she
she
sang.
did,
Yeah,
double on one.
yeah.
Well, she's I think one of the best female singers is around. Outside of, I'll say locally, outside of her and my cousin.
So what's that little? Of course, now this
Kitty
Tanya
Blair.
Tucker has come out, but what's that little Ward girl? She had a good voice. That her
Right
name?
here.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it in a long
She was
time.
only 12 or 13. You know. She's, of course, she
Elizabeth.
sounded a lot like this Tanya Tucker sounds now. So
Elizabeth Blair, Skinny, my cousin, well, it's Tide's granddaughter. She's a real good singer. She sings strictly 90% of her things are modern. She does a lot of John Denver stuff.
yeah.
She's a real good one. She does real good.
Yeah, now he does some stuff I kind of like. He gets kind of far out sometimes, but he comes out with some good ones
He's
too.
Skinny, the real good singer.
No, I mean this John Denver.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard.
Well,
For the modern ones, I mean, you
I
know.
got a cousin who's a good singer. He's got a good voice. In fact,
I guess I've ever heard him.
I wish I had his quality voice.
And will he be singing any this weekend? Does he ever sing at these things?
Yeah, he'll sing Saturday night, but it'll be at the courthouse or over at the
Okay.
fairground.
Now, will they be at the courthouse tomorrow during the day? Probably won't during the
Probably,
day.
no, but they'll probably be there tomorrow night.
Well, I have to go up to Harrison and get my wife tomorrow night. I got hold of her tonight.
Saturday night, they'll be at the courthouse if it's nice. If
Yeah.
it's not, they'll be at the fairground. And Skinny and his daughter will,
Yeah.
they're both singers. Probably not.
I'll see you before then. I'll see you
Yeah.
down here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look you up somewhere, because I'd like to, if they're going to get together at some house, you know, where I'd like to see them.
I've got nothing present except need to be building adults.
Well, that's a beautiful one you built for that girl, what's her name, Denton girl? Terry? is her
Terry?
name? Yeah.
I did some fine ones. By the way, you know, you might have heard the woman got killed in the wreck up there. This guy left me, killed a his wife, and she'd gone up there to give her daughter for him
Oh.
in college, and she was down there in and I saw her daughter for 2 weeks ago, and she played it.
Huh.
She played it with a bed-sheeter top, building.
Yeah.
And
Where do you work here in town? You
I've
have
worked those like we worked out decent time. But we were laid off this week. In fact, it's kind of shaky right now.
It's shaky all over.
Four of my apartments out there, we had to get a bill hard. We said it went back to line up. We're back to work next week. I mean, we have to start doing those. I'm trying to get set up.
Yeah.
I'm going to run into a lot of flack from a lot of people. You know, I'm trying to get set up work. Couldn't do it. Crap.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Well, I can do a lot better than I'm doing out there. I'm working.
Now's the time to do it if you're going to do it.
Yeah, well, now's the bad time to start.
Well, I mean, though, the tourist industry in this area, of course, that's...
Yeah, well, the way that things are going locally, it's ideal
Yes.
to, because they have a sort of a split back.
You know, isn't that typical when the government comes in and starts running things? Of course, I tell you, anytime something gets popular, there's always some people clash that wouldn't have normally clashed before, you know.
Power.
Yeah,
Power.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Blue. But that's not really what caused the clash here. When the political power, it's been going, I mean, it was ruining all the way up through all this thing. From the first time it even began in '63, they were having a clash with Christmas, I think, was within the ranks,
somebody's trying to move somebody else to.
Oh, well, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah.
To get to start, and then a person who wasn't qualified to be a star, probably other people weren't that's trying to get there. Or maybe they are too. I don't know. If you start kind of making a folklore, I guess you could make it if you can get out and do the things. I don't know. I don't know, but the group I was running to, people I sat and talked for 7 years.
Yeah.
I think they did real well, but they just haven't not there.
You got some more time? Why don't I go out and put some more beer on?
We're fine. I gotta go in a minute.
Whatever you think, man. Of course, I don't.
If I get tested and all 6%, I'll be up there in jail.
Well, yeah.
Since I just went out as justice of the peace, I don't need to be doing that. What's the boy's name that was down there? The guy was down and didn't take him.
Yes.
He comes down with just like that. Gary? Gary?
I came a different time than he did. Yeah. I came a different time.
He does some work for National Geographic.
Okay, there's a bunch of them that moved in
He's
that I don't know. They're new to this
second guy,
Yeah.
kind of redheaded.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I think I've met him. But there's a bunch of those guys from National Geographic and Time Life and everything. That in fact, there's one of the girls quit and married a guy that's working for Clay now. McRaven's his name. And this girl was National Geographic, and she quit and married him. Now they're writing a lot for Clay now. In Ozarks down there.
I'd like to find out how this guy, I'll probably find out from you. I think it's Gary. He was out Judy Clements and Mike Wallace. At their home, he was out there. Took a bunch of pictures, made a slides of it. He said it was real great. They hollered and were showing how big he could go and get to see it. Everybody seen it, so it was really something else I was going to get. I picked him back up and said, they told me it's down the eastern part of the state, I think.
Now they've worked this area now for quite a while.
Blue Chips was wanting to quit. Do not trust him, gentle lady, though his voice be low and sweet. Heed not him who kneels before you, gently pleading at your feet. Now thy life is in its morning, cloud not this thy happy lot. Listen to a gypsy's warning, gentle lady, trust him not. It does.
Play that music.
It's a lesson too late for the learn. Made of sand, and in your hand, are you going away with no word of love? Leave the trace left behind. I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that you are the last thing on my mind.
Isn't that funny how when you put your hands on a chord, suddenly a song will come back to you?
Yeah. Sometimes just hitting the string.
Well, now that was the old hillbilly stuff I used to like. That's the kind of stuff. But I never can do it when I want to. Remember where it went from there. That's
These ones you should learn to pick from.
and a lot of your fiddle things. Of course, you can put a clamp on here and play D.
Play C.
Like I said, yeah.
You can do the same thing on the E or L. But
Damn.
let me show you a keyboard. It's pretty easy to learn. I don't do it. You can pick out any key.
Oh, yeah.
Some tunes and some you can't pick
No,
out.
well,
I
I
do
do
good to pick out one or two. It's impossible to get any song.
Wait,
Except out of
all right, right here, there.
Some keys are suited. I think it'd be for 13.